And we are back. Yeah. Another episode of FYB presents the IIV League.
Ha-ha!
That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. We got the team back here for you once again for season 3, episode 3 of the IIV League podcast. You feel me? We here. So let's just start this off with introductions. Y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and start with the man to my... Actually, let's start going that way again. I kind of like that, man. Let's start with my man, Steve. Go ahead, break it down. Talk to him, Scuba Steve.
Slick. What's going on, man? I'm Steve, also known as FYB Slick. You can follow me on Instagram at ogslick.__.
And what you rocking, Slick? What you got on?
All right. Today I got with me the Candy Paint Air Highs. Okay,
nice.
It's
fire.
Nice.
Yes,
Love it. I love it.
Crazy.
DT, go ahead, bro.
You already know, man. It's your boy DT. You know who I be. You can follow me on the IG at DT.FYB. You feel me?
You going
You
crazy.
feel me? I'm rocking with the homie Marcus from First Call. You know, shout out Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out First Cup for sure.
Facts.
Oh, man. You already know, man. FYB Reeds. If you going to talk to me nice.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking. My boys at Rare Apparel, you know, they always dropping some heat, man, but they sell out, so you gotta really
Gotta get on it quick, for real.
get on it. Got my boy Farouk, you know, rocking the A-Bass shorts.
You gotta stand up and show him, though.
You
gotta
stand
stand
up
up
and
and show
show
him.
One time show him.
with the
Shout out to
cool
Farouk A.
You know what I'm
Bass.
saying?
Sir, shout out
It's
to
going
Farouk,
crazy.
sure.
That's another one that always got some nice drops.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then, you know, of course, man, I didn't seen y'all, got inspired by y'all.
Ooh,
So I
okay.
had to bring out my side collectives, the NASAs, you know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Something slight, something real slight,
Something
man.
slight. All
Yes, sir.
tops. You know I'm Joe Spider. You know I represent the fresh.
Yes, sir.
Rich City.
That's a fact. Yeah, man, FYB. So I'm rocking the Anomaly. You know what I'm saying? I got the shirt, the matching shorts. I also have, you know, my boy Farouk. I got the A-Bass socks on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let me
sir.
just...
Doors off the table.
I got the A-Bass socks on, man. So we got, you know what I'm saying, we got a little bit in store for y'all today. We're going to talk about, for the podcast on this episode here, we're talking about, you know, going into a little bit of a couple of things. We're going to address some sports. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, sports are back. The audience is back. You know what I'm saying? The fans are being allowed back into the stadiums, which are cool. I think, you know, different places have different vaccination policies and things like that, proof of vaccination, but sports are back. I mean, we have NFL stadiums that are packed out with fans. Us, you know, I'm an Oakland Raider fan.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
actually,
Yes,
I think
sir.
we're all Oakland.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's
Yes,
still
sir.
trying to get
Yeah,
used to
we
calling them
all
Las Vegas.
Raider
Weird,
fans.
bro.
I said Oakland, huh? Didn't I?
The Lost Oakland Raiders. It's good. The Lost Oakland
My
Raiders.
bad.
That's
my
the
bad,
only
but-
name that counts here.
So, you know what I'm saying? We Raider fans, so fans got a chance to be at, you know, at the Death Star for the first time, you know, since it's been built. And, you know, I toured the Death Star, man, and it is a beautiful piece of work, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I heard it's crazy.
It's amazing, man. So first off, shout out to Bean for hooking that up. But yeah, I toured the Death Star, and you know, after looking at it, you can kind of understand. Not even kind of. You basically know why the Raiders left Oakland. Like, you know, I grew up a Raider fan. You know, going to a Raider game was amazing. You know, in Oakland, it's crazy. The tailgating there is crazy, but
man.
that you know, Oko was just really, really, really old.
Hella outdated.
Oh,
So
man,
I don't know. What's y'all thoughts about Oakland, the Raiders leaving Oakland, and then y'all thoughts on the Death Star? What y'all think about that?
I mean, man, to be honest, like you said, you can't really be mad because I don't feel like Oakland did enough to keep the Raiders there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was enough urgency. I don't think it was a big enough push from the city, from the organization that said we want to stay in Oakland.
Right.
And then when you come with this stadium in Vegas, all this space, all of these new amenities. Man, last time I was at Oko, man, I was actually at an A's game, and I'm walking to my seat, and a piece of concrete fell off the top of
From the top ropes.
like one of the sections during the game,
Bruh. Yeah.
and
Drop down like steam.
bruh, And the crazy part about it is people so used to it, nobody even reacted really.
Yeah. Nobody got hit?
Nah, nobody got hit. People kind of like looked at it and seen, was like, oh. And then everybody was back to their seats, bro. And I was just like, and this was after the Raiders had already moved, but that was just like a, see? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is
I
why.
would have sat underneath the concrete. And
you would have died.
Nah, if I'm saying after it fell, I'd have been like, I don't even know if they got cameras like that.
Million.
But I'll sell it for $200 right now.
Right. But yeah, like I said, man, of course, you know, being from Oakland, it's the Raiders. You know, it comes with a certain feel. You know, you got a certain like a respect, and it's not even just being from Oakland, but being from the area. You know what I'm saying? Being from that area. If you're a Raider fan, you kind of like you just got a certain feel about you. You have a certain respect that you have for them. But for me, man, as a realist first, I can't be mad, bro. I don't think Oakland did enough to keep the Raiders there. So I'm happy they in Vegas. I'm happy to see like all of the new stuff that they got, and hopefully the team can live up to what they need to be, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, shout out to the homie Steve for getting me to my first Raider game a few years ago. You feel me?
Same. That was the first time I ever been to a in-season Raider game. I've been pre-games.
Them don't count though. Yeah, exactly.
Them don't count, so for sure.
Shout out to my Uncle Mike Taylor that hooked that up. So.
Yes, sir.
Facts. I'm pretty sure we all was born Raiders fans, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope to finally go to my first game, you know, back in 2016 and stuff. You know, and for me, I didn't have, I didn't have context on like how Oko actually was besides on TV. Yeah. So for me to see them move, it wasn't as, it didn't make me feel as sad as maybe like y'all being from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Or growing up, going to Oko, watching the A's, watching the Warriors, watching the Raiders and stuff.
Right.
So it sucked in the fact that I was starting to get used to going to a game every season, driving, to Richmond, hopping on the BART, getting off at Oko, getting back on the BART and driving back to Sac. Boom. Quick. Now it's like, dang, I got to plan a trip to go see the Raiders play. You know what I'm saying? So
and the
it's
tickets
like,
hit different.
Man, crazy.
But I'm going to be outside.
Man,
let's go Raiders.
I'm going to be on the TV.
We can't tailgate all day?
Yeah. So seeing them finally trying to get over the hump, getting to a new state, a brand new facility, top of the line, architecture, top of the line, technology, and just the transition for the Raiders, I hope that it brings something great. You feel me? And shout out to the homie Chris that worked for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Chris. You feel me?
Shout out Chris.
I think for me, and anybody that knows me, I love the Raiders. Anybody, if you know me, I bleed silver and black. I mean, a couple things just as far as them leaving Oakland, like Reed said, I don't think that Oakland did enough to be able to keep them. But I think for me, what I'm gonna miss is all of the memories that are in that stadium. Yes, it's old. Yes, but the memories that are there. I still remember when the Raiders went to the Super Bowl. We lost the game, but just remembering that feeling of being a fan and watching how the Bay Area was at that time when they went, being at back to like Ken Stabler, Ghost to Post, the Sea of Hands, all those memories that are in that state. That's the first stadium they had since they've been in existence, other than their move to LA. So I just miss all of the memories, the tradition that is a part of O.Co. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's what really kind of moved me a certain type of way. But moving into them being in Vegas, it's state of the art. Allegiant Stadium is just, it's top notch. Like from my understanding, everything in the new stadium is cashless. So literally, they have like a machine there where you take your cash and you get like a ATM card or something back to you, and then you can use that everywhere around the stadium. I didn't even know that.
That's crazy.
And after you leave, you can use that same card on the strip everywhere else as well.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like that type of amenity. So going back to what Reed said, when you see what they have there, it's just like, man, what can you say? And then of course, all of the Wi-Fi abilities and capabilities that the stadium has too. Imagine being at the games now. You ain't got no service, no nothing. Now it's Wi-Fi is through the roof. So just, everything. It's just, it's amazing. Even just watching it get built the few times I was there, it's top notch.
Yeah. again, it's a huge L for the city, but it's a huge dub for the team.
Right.
Nation. So I'm so blessed to be able to check it out, and I know that the fans this year are gonna really enjoy it. But yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say it was super bittersweet until I walked into that building. At that point, I get it.
I get it.
All right.
So that's that. But speaking of the NFL, there's quite a few changes, and we can maybe someday we'll kind of go back and talk about or address how teams up and leaving different cities and how it affects that particular city. I know the Seattle Supersonics left and things like that, and the Warriors left Oakland and things like that. So we could talk about, maybe one day we can make a podcast episode about like just teams leaving cities and how that affects it, and how the different NBA or NFL lied and plans. We can talk about that as well in the future. But the NFL has instilled a new rule change where they're basically, I'm not gonna say it's not a rule change per se, they're just enforcing it heavier, where basically it's taunting, you know what I mean? So they want to limit players taunting other players, and I don't know, man, I have some mixed feelings about it, honestly. Like, it's just like, bro, these are grown men, right? You know what I'm saying? And these are human beings, you know what I mean? And it's like, football is a very aggressive sport, contact like a mug, right? And it's like you gotta be in shape, like in the best shape to be able to perform. And it's like, now if I score a touchdown, or if I truck somebody who's 10, 15 pounds, heavier than me, or I make a big tackle, I can get a flag and a penalty, and you know what I mean, and cost my team a game because I celebrated. And it's not even like, we're not even talking about like a, I can understand when they say like Tyreek Evans, what I'm saying, or Tyreek Hill, pointing the deuce fingers as he's running. I can understand that's a little bit extra, but some of the stuff I'm already seeing during the preseason, I'm like, come on, bro, like,
right. You know
what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. What y'all think about that? Like, do y'all agree? Am I tripping, or is this just like they kind of doing too much? Is it really the no fun league at this point?
Yeah, I don't think it should be that big of a deal. I think it's all a part of, especially like we're talking about being at the game. It's all a part and goes in with the experience of the game. Because going to an NFL game, especially the way that all of these new arenas and stadiums are popping up in sports and in the NFL, all of that is a part of the experience. It's a part of being there. So taking that away, it's like they're not robots. Like, there's going to be human emotion in everything that we do, especially you got someone who's trying to make the team and he just made a big play. You talking about, I can't celebrate? Like, this is my job. So, I don't even really understand. I don't get really what's the point.
Yeah, and you got people who haven't played in the NFL making these rules.
Right.
DT, what you think, bro?
Yeah, man, I think it's weak, bro. I mean, you see it happening in the NBA too, man. It's like, that's part of the game, like Steve was saying, like, players got to be able to express themselves at the end of the day. That's what makes the game so great, too. Watching the raw emotion. Yeah. You take away the emotion, you taking away damn near half the game, bro. You can't do that. Like, imagine, if y'all come to the game, y'all can't cheer when the team when it scores a touchdown or hits a game-winning three. Like, could you imagine them saying it on the reverse side? Like, it's the same thing for those players in the game. Like, they're not going to get the most out of the game. They're going to be a little bit more lackadaisical when it comes to making these tackles, making these plays. And I think it's going to disturb the game on both ends. You know what I'm saying? From the player standpoint and from the viewers out there watching the game. And I think it's weak, bro, honestly.
That's facts. I feel it.
Man, this is hard for me, bro. Like, we're not talking about just a job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us, we see a job and then we apply to it and we get the job. And a lot of those times, that process at the very most may take a year. At the very most. You got cats that worked their whole life for this job. You know what I'm saying? We talking about 20, 25 years of hard dedication, hard work. They have physical. They have not just physical, mental. You have to go to college and get the grades that's good enough. Bro, you literally dedicated your whole life to this dream.
Facts.
And you telling me that I have finally made it to my finish line and I can't like rejoice.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I'm doing what I set out to do. I didn't change my whole family's legacy in a lot of cases, man. And you telling me I can't be happy about that? I can't express that? I'm living my dream. And I'm supposed to just act like
shut
nothing.
Up and dribble.
Yeah, literally, they want you to shut up and dribble.
Yeah, bro, and it's like, man, like, a lot, and it's a little bit different for me, like, not just playing, but from the coaching side of it, because you know what I'm saying, like, I can't imagine how to coach in a way that I got to tell my kids, hey, just play, don't do anything, don't express yourself, don't be happy. Like, how do you get your kids hyped up to play a game that they can't be hyped for?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, man. That's interesting. You know, but and I feel like you said, that was a good point that you said. There's people that never played. They may not even have played football ever before.
Facts.
And they're analysts
You know
making these rules.
Making these rules and don't understand that, man. That's how some people play better.
Right.
Some people hype themselves up to get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, like, oh man, I don't know.
Imagine, like, there would be people like Ocho Cinco, Terrell Owens, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Deion Sanders, all these people who specifically like tailored their game around expressing themselves.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? On the field, not just I'm talking about expressing themselves on the field. And you took that away, and we already seen this happen when they shortened the field goal. We seen kick returners, that career is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like Devin Hester, we'll probably never see those kind of people again because they shortened, and understandable, so, you know, because it was, people were getting hurt and things like that. So I understand it, but I'm just saying, like, now what you're doing is making it even more difficult for people to even be able to be successful. And again, I'm not saying that it's impossible. Of course, it's possible. But again, is it absolutely necessary? Bro, I like it when I'm watching a football game and a person makes a tackle and celebrates if he made a tackle or a sack.
Right.
When I used to see Khalil Mack when he was on the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? He was celebrating. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I don't know. It's just like, you know, watching Ray Lewis do his dance after he did an interception or something like that. Bro, it was worth it. So I don't know, bro. I just think it's cat, in my opinion.
That's what makes young kids want to play football.
Right. They see the energy because they don't really fully understand the game. They see the raw emotions. They see the celebrations and the handshakes. Well, I used to think kids always try and copy the dances and the handshakes.
Exactly.
That's part of what they're trying to take away too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we are in a crazy time when you can't be passionate about your passion, bro. Man, that's crazy. That's a fact. That is
taking
crazy.
Away your power, man.
Yeah. That's how I feel, and it's just like, man, I know how hard it is. And all of us, we've all been athletes. You know, you know what I'm saying? So we know how hard it was to get to where we got to, you know, and for them to make it to that level, they had to even, you know, dig into something else deeper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's kind of depressing, man. Yeah. A little bit depressing.
It's cap. So listen, we're gonna take a quick break, but I'm gonna tell y'all now, man. We finna talk about some OnlyFans in a minute. So we gonna take a quick break. They had a little rule change for y'all.
They got a rule change too.
Sports ain't the only one changing rules. So we gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So, man, OnlyFans,
man.
You know, OnlyFans, for those of you who are, you know, living under a rock.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. So OnlyFans is basically like a site where you can, it's you know, you can get subscriptions and you can upload content, video content, pictures, things like that. And you can get subscriptions. It's almost like a YouTube, except they allow, you know, nudity and explicit content. So you had quite a few people who've, you know, been on the up and ups, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know, OnlyFans. I mean, people are making thousands, if not millions, from their subscribers, you know, for people, them posting content and people subscribing to be able to see that content. And, you know, we all know at the bare minimum one person who has an OnlyFans. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
We all know at least one. Some of them we know in common, but nonetheless, we know someone who has an OnlyFans. And so they officially today, there was an article that came out that said that OnlyFans is now banning pornography, you know what I'm saying? So porn content of any kind. So that means soft porn, hard porn, they're banning. And you can still upload, explicit content. You can still upload nudity, but it just cannot be porn of any form. I think this is a game changer. I really do. I think that this is going to change. I mean, because we all know people that quit their jobs, change their life. They put their whole self out there and, to, for the internet, which is, again, that's your right. If that's what you want to do, I can't knock the hustler. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would knock the hustle for anybody. I don't care what you do. That's your job, and I don't know what your life is like or what you're going through. So I'm not going to, judge you, especially not publicly.
No.
You know what I'm saying, on my platform and talk about you should or shouldn't. But you have a lot of people who invested in OnlyFans as far as their lives, and now they're just hit with this haymaker. So first off, let me get the crew's perspective. What do you think about OnlyFans, changing the rules now and basically saying, look, we have, and ultimately this is obviously to get more money. They need funding from other banks or partners, and other partners are like, we want to have, partnership with you, but we can't be, Staples.
Yeah.
And, also be partnered with OnlyFans if you're giving pornography. We can't be Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
Doing a deal with a porno site. So I don't know, what is y'all perspective, on that? Is this good? Is this bad? Is this great for society? I don't know. What do y'all think? And there's so many different ways we could take this.
It's interesting. It's very interesting because that just shows you how fast things come and go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because as recent as I say, maybe last week, you could say that OnlyFans was probably the most popular employer. You know what I'm saying? As far as them and Amazon, you know what I'm saying? As far as picking up people and people, investing and putting time into, that's what people were making money off of. A lot of people were living comfortably off those OnlyFans and, different sites like that. So for this to just come kind of out of nowhere, I'm not really super familiar with it or in the realm, so I don't know if they kind of knew this was coming and it just now hit like mainstream, or if they got hit with it the same time like the average person got hit with it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, sheesh. I mean, they still got like a month or so to kind of change up content, but I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people subscribing for a certain type of content.
Yeah.
And now you're not going to be able to get that.
That's a fact.
So, it's, people are going to adapt, no matter what. People are going to adapt. Certain people are probably already adapted to different ways and different ideas of what they're going to do. But there's going to be a lot of people they have to like rethink. They have to come back to the planning table. And so, yeah, I'm interested to see how that looks and what it turns into for people.
Off tops.
I think it's definitely going to be a big shift because I would say maybe the last year, for sure through COVID, the beginning part of the pandemic, and probably a little bit before that, you can almost say like OnlyFans became essentially a staple in the entertainment world as far as celebrities, ball players, IG models, etc. People, a lot of things that the people of color like, right? So it became a big staple. And majority, you've seen the women getting exposed or becoming popular or making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Famous women, women who were on the come up. People went viral because they posted pay stubs on OnlyFans, yada, yada, yada. And it's kind of interesting to see, like Reese said, like people have made a name for themselves and they made money for themselves off of OnlyFans. And now it's 100% getting stripped away. But on the flip side, all these people who are using OnlyFans in that way and their power's getting stripped, they've also created a following. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how a lot of these people can use their following to monetize from it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, when that's all you got, or if that's your source of income and it's being stripped away, it's I see both ends. You know what I'm saying? As an end user, I can see how it's going to affect them. It's going to affect their money, obviously, because that's solely what their content is based on. But on the other side, as a company, you know, you want to make your business as big and best as possible. You want to get the best people representing your name and investors and all that. And so I can see why they want to make this shift to not have that be their sole base, because like I was saying earlier, like OnlyFans became a staple. It got so big of a staple that people started just creating, famous people were just creating OnlyFans to get subscribers as another stream of income. Don't know what they were posting, but you start seeing more and more people post OnlyFans in, you know, in their bios just for an extra stream of income. And since you don't know what's on there, people are going to subscribe just to find out what's on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely going to be a big hit for a lot of people. I can't really say if it's good or bad, but I understand both sides, from a person who has an account on OnlyFans, or not me personally, but I'm saying the end user having an account on OnlyFans and the company, you know, taking away that power. So, you know, it'll be kind of interesting to see how the end users go on about this and use their following to make money.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, DT, is I think for me, like, two things. It's definitely going to be interesting, like you're saying, to see how the users and how they're going to adapt to all this, because this is a big change that, you know, maybe some people saw coming, but, you know, some people maybe didn't. They didn't think that there would be a change. They thought that they could stick to this. And, you know, again, people have quit jobs, you know, probably in some cases careers to do OnlyFans. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt. But I think, to me, what stuck out was, I think when you think of OnlyFans as a brand, it'll be interesting to see, like, I get it. You know, it just shows how business is always going to overrule everything. They could care, OnlyFans could care less about how much money you were making or what bills you had to pay. This is what we have to do in order to be able to get what we want out of at the end of the day, the brand that we've created. Now, again, another point I would want to make is seeing, is OnlyFans going to be able to rebrand themselves? You know, are they going to be able to be? You think? You think so? Because I mean,
unequivocally,
I don't. You know, I mean, because it's attached to this. You know, for some, I mean, it's still early. But I was wondering, man, is that still going to be what people? Because I get what they're saying. You know, they want to have their logos on. You know, you see all these different things. Sports I think on sports channels. I think the NBA this year, if you saw like the logos that were on the court, they were changing. For different advertisements that were there for like the logos. So they want some of that too. You know, they want a piece of that. So it's just like, you know, I could kind of see from like the business angle, they could care less about what y'all got going on. Like, they're gonna do what they want to do, what they think is best for their brand. So it's really gonna be, you know, interesting to me really to see how both sides adapt and what direction they choose to go.
Yeah, that's you know, they'll definitely be able to rebrand themselves. I'm not worried about that, because at the end of the day, money talks, and nobody really cares. Right. Said money talks, and they're just saying like, hey, to get more money, this is gonna be able to work for us, and it's gonna be a partnership. I think that I'm trying to say this politically correct here. What I will say is this. Porn is a limited industry, period. It's not that many successful old people still doing porn. Right. So when you go into that field, you had to know that it was an expiring industry for you. The industry will still be there, but you won't always be there. Why? It's because, you know, ain't nobody really trying to check, you know, to see 50-year-olds getting it on. Right. That's you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they don't. There's a platform for you, and people do check for it. But I'm saying as far as the majority of the world. So it's like, you know, I again, I don't want to judge anybody. Do what you have to do to make your money, to support your family, to do what you need. But I do know that this was a limited thing. This was not a lifetime thing. Now, like DT said, the fans that you get, that's the good part. You have some notoriety, you got some fame to your name, you got some exposure, and you can use that and flip that. You know what I'm saying? And this is where the people who would have been great drug dealers or salesmen or things like that, or business people, this is where they're going to start to work. But they had to know that this was coming at some point, if not by OnlyFans themselves, then by your age. You know what I mean? At some point, you knew this had an end. Just like NFL, like, or sports in general. You know at some point you're going to have to retire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you just think, you know, if you make $10 million a year and you spend $10 million a year, every year.
You still broke.
You still broke, bro. When you eventually retire, what are you gonna do? It's just like any other job. There's an expiration, bro.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, it's just with OnlyFans, your expiration is a lot faster than it would be if you were an accountant.
Yeah,
you know
especially any type of entertainment.
Exactly.
You know, and when you're in any type of entertainment, there's a high turnover rate just because even without the age, people get sick of you. Mm-hmm. Like, I hate to say it like that, but people get tired of you.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a bar. My bad, I mean, but there's a bar where Jay Electronica, he says familiarity doesn't breed gratitude, just content.
Yeah, exactly, and it was dope the first time we seen somebody go through the legs and dunk. Now you kind of just expect it.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's like, oh, okay, oh, he just went through the leg. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And even though that's still something that only probably 5%, if that, can do.
Right.
But still, we just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Let me ask y'all this then: if OnlyFans goes public trading, are you investing stocks in it?
Yes.
Potentially.
Yes.
I mean, you need a little bit more info, but it's definitely something that
I think it has surpassed a point where they need characters. Mm-hmm. The name alone will carry it.
Facts.
You know, I feel like it's a household name.
Yeah.
You know, you have people 50 and 60 years old that know what OnlyFans is.
Yeah.
They may not know the gist, I mean the ins and outs of it, but they know, if they hear OnlyFans, they've heard that before. They know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I feel like once you've reached a level to where your name carries weight alone and you can interchange the people no matter what, like the NBA. No matter what, you take LeBron out, you take Jordan out, we're still going to watch the NBA. People are still going to watch.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Now, it may vary. You may not be as many or as, the heights change, the peaks change, but still the NBA.
That's right.
Still the NBA. You know what I mean? You still going to watch it. So, like, that's what I feel. That's what I think OnlyFans is. People are still going to tune in. People are still going to subscribe. And then if they start getting, to where they can start doing, like, live TV or any type of pay-per-views and things like that, man, it's just going to build higher and higher.
And this is a reason why it's FYB. That's why you should fire your boss.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? So you don't get hit with things like these that strip away your income. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be very interesting to see, these people who built this fame from a job. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why you want to become your own boss. Fire your boss, become your own boss, so you don't got to deal with this. Create your own platform that you own, so that way when you get on another person's platform, they can't tell you what to do.
Better talk,
know
brother.
What I'm saying? So
that's
going to be a very interesting segue into how these people are going to transition their lives and how they make money and what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. You hit on a good point. Like we was talking about earlier, like, they're gonna stay obviously in the entertainment industry in that target market, but like when you talk about the pay-per-views, and you're talking about the like how Amazon just got a TV deal to stream the NFL.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They like looking at how much money is in now into streaming, how much people are streaming at home.
Cable is obsolete now.
Come on, man. Like yeah, bro.
But
like,
we still gotta pay for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This sucks. All right. Well, we're gonna close it and then we'll be back with final comments. All right. All right. We are back. So final comments. We'll start with Slick, man. What you got as final comments for the people?
Yeah, man. I definitely really enjoy being able to see the fans back in the arena this year for sports. I mean. Definitely, I truly believe that, fans are literally the pulse, the heartbeat to sports, especially when you think, just in recent memory, someone like the Warriors and Oracle Arena and just seeing those players feed off of that. To kind of see that coming back now, going through this pandemic, I'm excited.
Yeah, man, you already know FYB and BYOB, man. Fire your boss and be your own boss, man.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm kind of like wide open right now. I'm gonna just start talking, man. I think a lot of times we forget who we are and how capable we are in certain situations, and I say that because just kind of like piggybacking off the OnlyFans thing. There's gonna be some people that got this news and are gonna feel like they've lost everything. They're gonna feel like, damn, man, it's over with. I'm not gonna. What am I gonna do now? How am I gonna make it? And in those moments, I want a lot of us to reference what got us to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget that hunger that you got that made you make this OnlyFans and made you get this hustle to do whatever you had to do to pull yourself out your situation at that time. Just the way you did that, you can do it with this. And that's just, and I'm not just saying for people in OnlyFans, I'm just saying people in life. I feel like when we get to one level, we forget to reference all the levels before that helped us get to where we at. You know what I'm saying? You could put a leash on them. You could put them in a house. You can get them a nice bed. You can fix them up real nice. Give them nice steaks. And it's still a dog. Right. Still be a dog. You know what I'm saying? So, just reference who you are and continue to be that and continue to take every part of you on your journey to where you're going. That's all I got, man.
I don't gotta say nothing after that. I mean, that's what it says. So, FYB presents the IIV League.
Ha ha!
It's quite late there, buddy.
I was waiting for something else.
Slacking. But we fresh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, y'all.